But I
Hello,
got
mothers. Well,
got two of the homies. We should have the third homie coming through very soon. Introduce yourselves to the world. 14th edition. Who we got in the building?
you can go first, sir.
Uh, yours truly, Fly Skylark, is in the building.
And your boy Finn, aka OG Finn, aka Ocean Grown Finn, aka Infinivision, aka Holographic Finn, all that other shit, aka Stretch Finn.
For real. Yo, man. You know, it's a different type of show we got going on today, but we here. Um, how's everybody doing, man? Before what I'm saying, before we get to the games and everything, how's everybody feeling today? With everything that's been transpiring in the world, Rona been running wild.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not enjoying this time of society. But hey, we gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? Same
We
time.
will get through it, sir.
Yeah, don't want to be down in the dumps though. Hold on, you still gotta, just go ahead, EJ. How you feel? Hold
I feel, I feel all right. You know, the shit that is weird. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of surreal to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like even hearing like the numbers, like specifically with just Michigan and shit. With this, it it don't seem like it's real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, like on my birthday, that's when I think we got the first cases. Found out like on March 13th. Like they said we had one or two cases here, and now fast forward like 2.5 weeks later, it's fucking 10,000.
on.
You
Right.
know, and
Yeah.
every time I heard the number, I'm like, all right, it's gonna stay. It's not gonna get no higher than that, and that shit just kept rising. But it ain't gonna be like the Black Plague and shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't
I ain't
wisen
gonna lie,
up.
that's how I be feeling sometimes. Like in my head, I know that ain't what it is, but I definitely be like, bro, this shit seem like nigga, like this
No,
just seem
I
like
mean
some other shit, bro.
it's a lot going on, man. But I believe in self quarantine. Number one, uh, I feel like everybody should be staying home. It's not happening, especially like where we're located in Michigan, where we have a very, very high number of cases, especially in the inner city in Detroit.
Yeah, we a hotspot.
I'm an
Um,
essential worker out here, so
yeah,
Yeah, I
man,
go back
and
here every month.
just want
shit.
to shout out to all the essential workers, man. Like going out there and bro, like you really shouldn't have to be around anybody at these times right now, but certain
Right.
business they don't have any choice.
And
We're
shout
gonna
out
talk
to
about a business that does have a choice later on in the podcast. But go ahead, go ahead.
and
Give me
shout
shout
out
out.
to the people that's still working under the table because y'all gotta do it.
Bills
Because
don't
some
Yeah,
stop
people
because Rona out here.
I have talked to people where I be like, bro, like just talking about the shit on some like, yo, like be safe out here type shit. And nigga, some people just like, bro, I can't even worry about it because it's like at the end of the day, I can't really change my routine for anything, even some a pandemic. So it's like, nigga, that's unfortunate. That just shows how fucked up our economic system can be. Not saying that it's completely fucked up, but that's one of the detriments of the style of economy that we have. So
Good old
hopefully,
capitalism.
hopefully, not saying that we need to like switch to like
Socialism
socialism
shit.
or like I'm not a commie or a red or anything like
I'm not a commie.
but I
Uh,
do think that there needs to
man
be
said I'm not a commie.
But nah, I mean real shit though. I think there should be. Hopefully, there's gonna be some type of change as far as you know, like you get what I'm saying. Hopefully, it's some type of
I
change as
feel
far
you.
as like the actual policies and
Yeah, I hope people
because
are paying attention to like the needs of the American people because this has exposed a lot of things that I think the American citizen needs that we are not being provided.
right, it's like bare necessities that we not getting like to even be able to live. Like even as far as like we realizing like niggas trying to make it like internet was still like fucking luxury. That shit is a utility, nigga. Like, cause if we
Absolutely.
ain't had no internet, we wouldn't be able to do this. People wouldn't be able to commute to work. You know what I'm saying? Like
People
niggas wouldn't
can't
be able to work.
communicate. People can't watch TV for the
Even
most
if you
part.
just talking about like just comfort, like nigga, you can't even reach out to motherfuckers because
Yeah.
you know everything based off internet, man. But
Hey, look at the Amish. They out here without it.
fuck that.
I
You think
wonder,
I
Yeah,
want to be
I
out here
agree.
churning butter and shit? Oh,
I wonder how.
I was just playing, man. If we got any Amish viewers
Turning
and shit,
butter. There goes our Amish listeners.
oh, they don't listen because hey, we don't give a fuck.
Oh man, yeah.
All right, man. This shit going way. This shit going way left.
Nah, man.
I think it's good though.
But no, I do. I just want to send a shout out to like all essential um workers in this time because it is insane out here, and people
Yeah,
like please like really look at social distancing and like apply it to your lives because I'm
right.
still going out so just for grocery runs and things like that, and people are like really close, and I don't care if I look like the weirdo when I'm like backing up like really abruptly and shit.
My wife do that shit. Like, been doing
I
that
ain't
shit
gonna
like
lie.
before this shit.
Yeah, bro. Like I need my 6 feet. Like I'm very. I'm paranoid about that shit, bro. Like I ain't
I
gonna
ain't
lie.
gonna
I
lie.
came out
Somebody
with my
elbow tapped me earlier, and that shit. I was kind of
dog. Like I don't want to touch nobody.
like that nigga had walked. Like this shit happened so fast. I couldn't be on the like. I would have had to push this nigga or something like. And I was sitting in the car, so it was like. It wasn't no way I could really avoid it. This nigga was coming at me with that bitch. Like, I'm like, no.
Dog, yo. Yeah, bro. It's got. I know for sure it's got me just. I wonder how the world will work, and if things will be specifically different. Moving forward, just for like establishments that we know that we have to have contact in, um, just like restaurants, bars, clubs. Like this, like I couldn't picture like in my single days being in the club now, and then you just like, yo, they might have the Rona. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even want to
I don't
be
want
like
to.
close to like, and that's what like back in the day you just dance on like
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to. I seen this girl up at Lou's Deli and shit, and she was bad as hell. But I couldn't even say nothing because I'm like, man, Rona.
Rona, hands
Like
got
that
the
shit.
Rona. You got
I'm like, shit. I'll get at you after the quarantine over. You feel me?
bro, like on the really real. Like I don't know, man. Like I said, in this time, I hope to, I hope we can provide just like a couple of hours of entertainment and just like not think about things. I know video games have done that for me like a lot. Like just having to, just having the opportunity to sit down and play some video games and kind of like go to another world for a minute. It's a good It's a good way of escapism, and I always co-sign video games. You
It's
know,
a great break for reality. Great break.
because I really do. I can get caught up into especially a really great game, which I'm going to get to. And what are we playing? Um, but yeah, man, I just wanted to check in with y'all, man. This is
How
our
you
first
doing?
quarantine episode, and man, hey, man, I'm making it. I'm getting through it. It's been tough initially, just the adjustment with having the whole family in one area and knowing like we really can't do anything together. But we've been enjoying each other's time. I've taken upon some new skills. I've been working on my Adobe skills. I'm gonna talk about my Dragon Ball Z review for Kakarot, but I've taken time to try to add to my skill set, spend some time with my family. Um, but yeah, it's weird. Like what I'm saying, like I worry like every time like I leave. Like there's a certain worry that I have anytime like my wife leaves. I just you know don't want to bring nothing back, and I just want to it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of like think about at times. Like I'm sure you all know because we all have families. Like what I'm saying, we all got kids,
Right.
and um, yeah, man. I try not to think about it. I find myself unplugging from social media a lot. Um, I don't really go on unless I'm watching YouTube because it seems like what I'm saying, and to nobody's fault. I, this is the reality that we're living in right now, but like I don't want to see Corona fin just turn green.
Neo from the Matrix.
But
I gotta do something. Hold
okay, but yeah, we're just we're in a strange reality right now. So you know, I think the goal is to try to make things as normal as we can make them. I'm not sure, to varying levels of success. You feel me? But
And we're gonna ultimately end up successful. One, we made it through 100% of our bad or awkward days or weird days, and we're gonna continue to do so until we're no longer here. But us being humans, we known for adapting and evolving. You know what I'm saying? And even when it comes to certain shit that's kind of an unforeseen circumstance or something that's an inevitability, you know, there's nothing that we can do about it. You know what I'm saying? We have little to no control, but we gotta focus on what we can control. You know what I'm saying?
on.
I do feel about like the whole Facebook narrative thing. I always thought it did, suck whenever something big happened and like the public eye or some shit and just I don't know, the public opinion or like that narrative, it don't. It's whack. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care for it. I just go on Facebook, for GOK and fucking memes. Honestly,
Nah,
yeah,
I be kind of. I feel you. I did have to unplug from Facebook, but I was on it for a while. Like that was really what I was doing just to pass the time. Cause, like I said,
hmm
I had to actually quarantine for a minute, and yeah. So I was on it a lot, but I was like, bro, this shit starting to really kind of it's messing with my mood because it just be certain stuff people be posting just be like super toxic. Like, nigga, what?
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of people processing this, um, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I've already leaned towards like social media being a lot of noise at times in
Right.
the first place, but when we're all in a situation where we're all supposed to be in the house and social media is kind of like the most accessible thing that people have for their own entertainment.
hmm
Um,
Right.
you know,
Start seeing all types
you
of
start to
shit.
see even more noise. So that's what I'm saying. Like I try to unplug. It doesn't. I know it is probably counterproductive for branding right now, but I just figure my sanity is more important, and I
That's
would
a fact.
rather take the time off from social media, at least with like posting, because I do like I check every day. Like I check every day, but it's only so much time. And I'm a big proponent of the screen time app on the iPhone. Like I do check out like how long I'm on, and if I feel like I am on too long, you know what I'm saying? Like I will scale back my shit because I do feel like certain hours out of the day can be used in a more productive way than being, kind of just sharing your opinion or going back and forth, you know what I'm saying, with people on the internet. But
It's I can agree with that. It's very seldom when I actually will actually post something, like an opinion of mine, like I don't know, I developed, like a different type of mentality, where it kind of just shields me from that BS, that goes on. So I'm able to, because I feel for y'all, being able to take a break. I cannot do that, getting on Facebook is like a reflex, honestly. But even if I see something that I disagree with, or it is toxic. Instead of the thought, the first thought and the only initial thought that I have is that sucks for them. That they think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever's going on, that sucks for them. If it's angry or like hateful, and they're just wasting that. It's a waste of emotional energy. If they're willing to do that, that's on them. I don't got that to waste. And I just think it sucks, and I just move on from it, and I don't hold an opinion because I'm not about to, put myself in that exact same situation, getting upset or having an opinion about somebody else's opinion, because of how it came off, or because they don't really understand or whatever, it's I can understand that they don't understand, and that's good enough for me.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. And we got Neo from the Matrix back in this bitch. It's
Hey,
popping. It's
I know
popping.
the crew.
But yeah, um, moving on to better, more, and I mean, coronavirus. It doesn't have to be, I guess, a negative topic because, like I said, I think our duty to ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and our own happiness is to try to make good out of bad situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's tough. It can be tough for a lot of us, but I feel like, and that's not to say like because fam, me and you had this conversation. Like that doesn't mean to come out of the pandemic with like a yacht and a LLC and like a business plan or some shit. But I feel like this is a time where if you want, you can center yourself and have time to yourself and try to better yourself on a you level, not on some capitalist bullshit. That people are
Yeah, that's a fact.
pushing
the
on us.
greatest things can come from adversity. The greatest things.
This is facts. But yeah, moving on from Corona, man. We gotta talk the GOK Facebook group, man. Shout out to the new members. We are still growing. Right now we have 158 members. Shout out to everybody who has like the Games on Crack page on Facebook. We got 133 likes. I'd like to get both of those numbers up to 200 by the end of this month. Whatever help you guys can provide, I appreciate anybody who's taking the time to interact in our Facebook group, checking out our Games on Crack YouTube page. We currently have our Dragon Ball Z Kakarot review up. I apologize for the delay, but I got it to y'all, man. I've been getting really good feedback so far. If there are any suggestions of games that you would like any of the crew to review because we all are interested in doing reviews. Um, just reach out to the show through our Facebook page, through the group page, through our YouTube page. The GOK website is almost ready to go. I had one obligation to go, and we will be going live very, very soon. Um, but let's get into it, man. Uh, y'all got anything y'all want to plug, man? Fan, I know you
Uh,
got a lot of shit going.
I don't really have too much to plug for real, but yeah, shout out to everybody that's engaging with the Facebook. If you watch the review, good looks, and we would appreciate a comment, a like, just to show the support. You know what I'm saying? I know me watching from the side more so lately, I see my brother Krack Diesel is putting a lot of work in to, you know what I'm saying, make this something where everybody can enjoy it. So yeah, just I'm glad to see that people are doing that. So, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, and I seen I did want to remark on one thing. Like I know this review is kind of late, but it does serve pertinent information. I feel, especially for people, a lot of people don't buy games that I know don't buy games day one unless it is their most anticipated game.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
that's definitely a game where niggas is like on the fence about it. Like, do
yeah,
I like
so
even for me? So
Plus, it's
I
been
because
like
just
four
know
or
which
5 months.
way.
That's average time
because
to actually
I
beat a
did
game for a normal gamer.
that criticism was I heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like the review was late, but
I
I
mean,
feel
it's understandable.
I
Like,
feel
it's an understandable criticism, but
yeah,
at the
that's what
same
I'm saying.
time,
Like
it's still good for people that are interested in it.
and I do want to remark too. There's not a lot of black guys who reviewed this game.
Right. The perspective is way different. So
I've checked around. So um, I just thank you to everybody who's taking the time to comment, watch, view, subscribe. We got some new subscribers too, so shout out to them, man. Like I'm very happy about the positive reaction we received so far. The numbers, wow, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing to write home about. Uh they doubled my numbers that I usually put up for videos so far in the past couple of days. So like I said, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the reception. But
my nigga Frank, look.
yeah, you hear my dog. Yeah, so wild upstairs, fam.
That nigga be on my
Uh,
head, bro. But
yeah.
yeah, not to throw niggas off. That's like niggas said.
But
Appreciate
yeah,
all the love and support.
no. Can somebody send slap the invite for
Nope.
the
Look.
for the but yeah, we're gonna move on to with all the pleasantries out of the way. What are we playing? Hey, let's start with you, Fly.
What I'm currently playing. Uh, at first I was playing at the end of March. I was playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I picked it back up for the third and final part of the DLC. After I got done with that, in about like 2 days, I've been on Call of Duty, just to keep myself busy, to give myself something to do. And on top of Warzone and just actually completing all the multiplayer shit, because I consider myself a completionist, so I want to try to get everything, unlock everything. So I've been heavy into that. I maxed out my level already, and
Oh, you wanted them ends, huh? Oh, that's fire though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I pay, if I put my money into it, I wanna see 100%. Even with like the trophies, I want to try to get every single trophy. Even on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I'm at 92%. It's literally 2 trophies that I have to get on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot,
Fuck.
and then I have every single achievement for it until the DLC comes out.
You are bugging. I cannot. I could not stay on that game that long. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, they get you. You're the person. You are the person that they be looking for when they have these season passes and DLC. Because why don't you explain before we get into what Finn's playing? You got the season pass with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, correct?
Correct.
Why? Why do you buy season passes? Because more, I want to say, I don't want to appear that I'm leading, but more times than not, the extra content isn't worth it. More times than not, there's very few like season passes that I can recall that I bought where I was like, yeah, I got my money's worth off this bitch.
Value is subjective, so
I'm
but I
saying,
feel you.
but
Honestly, it's I truthfully agree with that. It's just a risk I'm willing to take, just because I'm fucking with the game right now. Like, oh shit, they can have seeing that the inclusion, that it could possibly include shit from like GT or shit from Super. You know, I don't know. It was too exciting for me. So I'm like, all right, what could it be? Because I was late. I was late on Super Dragon Ball Super. And the whole tournament power thing. So I'm like, all right, seeing that shit, I'm like, all right, this shit crazy. So when I got to play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, last Dragon Ball Z game I played was Tenkaichi Budokai like a while ago. So actually getting to
Oh,
play
so
it
you
was
ain't play Xenoverse?
no, I never played it.
You gotta
I
play
never played it,
Xenoverse too. But keep going.
and getting to play that because of course it's the same old story. Saiyan Saga to my homie Boo, and and that's it. But I was just excited to see, like, all right, what they gonna do after, because now that they've already got more content, are they gonna start adding that to the video game? Actually seeing like the story and the characters and everything. So I was like, it was worth the risk.
it was.
Another season pass, not even that I got, but it was included with the game was Mortal Kombat 11. With the character, all 6 or 8 characters.
Yeah,
And that was worth it, to see Spawn and Joker and the Terminator on there.
I
That
could see
junk
that.
nuts.
I could see that being worth it. But okay, going back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Mm.
Why did you think that GT and because okay, you bought this without them like really announcing what would be in it, right? Because
Yeah,
like
they were very vague or brief about it. They said, 2, and I didn't
you
understand the
are the
logic,
problem.
because it's like one episode and 2 arcs, or one arc and 2 episodes. So I
Listen,
don't really, know the length, how long it's gonna be, or what all is included with that. From what I know, to my knowledge, it's gonna be Battle of the Gods or whatever. So
Niggas gotta show me.
listen, bro. Like okay, and I get very passionate about this because I just feel like this is the finesse that I'm working to expose as games on crack as a platform. But these developers should not get to say like, "Yo, we got a pack of shit that we're gonna give you, but don't tell you nothing about it."
Cause
And
they know what it is, first
like
off.
exactly, and
Cause
only
they
rely on the name brand of the game or the developer. Like I feel like that is the ultimate finesse.
super
That's
cat.
like a mystery gift. Like that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like it's like, hey, it might be this, it might be that. And my dumb ass, the last time that I did this, and I promised myself I wouldn't do this shit again, was with Batman Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight had like a whole season pass that you had to cop. And dog, all it was basically some challenge rooms and some skins, bro. And I think I paid like 25 or 30 for that shit. Or they'll try to be like, hey, this deluxe edition, we knocking off $10 off this shit. Just buy the deluxe.
Yeah,
and
Injustice
like
helped me
a
with
whole other tier. It'd be a whole other
the,
tier behind a paywall.
Just to interject briefly, that's kind of what pissed me off about Injustice 2, because they kept on putting the Legendary Edition on sale, but they would never put the DLC on sale. And it'd be on some shit like, bro, I already got Injustice, so I don't want to get the Legendary Edition just so I can get the... Because most of the time, that's the reason why I don't really cop the season pass early. Usually I wait, because by the time I finish the game and I be ready to like start playing it again, that's usually that's when they start dropping shit. So it's like, nigga, I might as well just wait to see if it's worth it instead of just giving you all my money. Like, nigga, I'm about to reserve some shit that I don't even know like what it is right now. Like, I don't know. I just ain't never really been the type. And ain't doing that.
Look who
What's
got in the building.
What's good, man?
Look
What up,
who
dog?
got in the building. Young Slapz. Oh, that nigga just froze. Whatever. Right. Listen.
This nigga came in looking like he out in Miami and shit. Welcome to Miami.
Oh shit. Alright, let me put this nigga back in here, bro. Get out my stream, bro. You got the countdown. All right. Yeah, we in the building. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Slap?
Hey,
what up, dog?
Hey, we got the
bro, I'm
whole.
on the app. I can't change my mic to the Bluetooth. What type of?
No, you don't sound like trash, bro. You
They try to cap you.
Trash. But no, I'm sorry, guys. That kind of threw me off.
You ain't gotta say sorry to me.
But no, I just feel like, bro, like I'm not paying anybody if I don't know what you're providing me. Like it's not fair to anybody.
You want me to front you the money for this shit? Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
basically what you're telling me. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. It was so egregious with Arkham Knight, bro. Like when you just say like, oh, it's gonna be skins and some challenge rooms. We don't get no story shit.
And I feel like depending on what
story missions be ass. Like for the most part, like I can't think like outside of like The Witcher and maybe like back in when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. When they
Fallout 4 had some good
Fallout 4 DLC was amazing.
Fallout 4 did have some good DLC.
Even though niggas was low key hating on that shit, to be real, but niggas was hating on Fallout 4 in general.
Yeah, I didn't understand the Fallout 4 hate, bro. Like, cause I enjoyed that shit. Outer Worlds is definitely better than that shit, though.
It fucking bugs me that I bought it on
better.
Xbox, so I can't. And I have a PS4 now, and I got it. I have it digitally, and it irks me because I never finished it. You know, I wanted to finish all four of the what's and I never did. I only finished 2 of them, and it irks me.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
You said Outer Worlds was better than Fallout 4?
Yeah, for sure was better.
That's crazy.
It was like Fallout 4, like if it ain't had like no bugs and shit. And a better story. It had a much better story.
I ain't gonna argue it, but that's an interesting take.
I don't think it's that interesting. I think if you look online, like it ain't gonna be plenty people that disagree with that.
Where you might be right. I mean, shit.
Fallout 4 story is kind of weird and awkward.
Bro, Fallout 4 story was like not that good. Like what was really good as usual with the Fallout shit was like the side missions and shit, like the stories on the side, like those
open world shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I felt like the Outer Worlds, like number one, it tied in everything. Like even like your side missions and shit, like they all had like impact on what you was doing at the time. So
I mean, Fallout 4 kind of, you know, it
And that
had
building
that,
shit.
you know, but just not, you know, as
I don't
you
know.
know,
Maybe
it
I'm
wasn't
just.
as heavy or you know as like actually relevant.
And then the other part about it is,
Base building shit. Like the base building shit was like pointless to me.
I
Like
like.
I didn't like having to like after a while I just stopped going to like the places to try to like hold off the superhumans and shit. Like it just got boring as fuck. And it was like some shit like I just didn't want in the game. Like that shit was it was a
It's like
waste
The
of time.
Sims kind of. You gotta make
Yeah,
sure
like
you eat. You gotta
I'm like
get
man, bro, like I
beds.
don't feel like doing like all this shit, bro. Like I'm
I
not.
don't know. I think since Fallout 4 was my first Fallout game, so I feel like that shit kind of was a little different for me. But
Yeah. I
yeah, I
mean,
like that
Fallout.
shit.
I definitely enjoyed Fallout 4. I enjoyed Fallout 3. But, you know, to me, like the Outer Worlds is just
That shit ain't fucking with KOTOR. I think I'm about to buy that shit low key. I'm like,
I can't play KOTOR. No, I don't know if I can go back to KOTOR.
Did y'all play the Far Cry series? Any of those?
The OG
I
Far Cry. I ain't
played.
played nothing but Far Cry 3. I got
Yeah, I played
4.
3.
I got the
4 is the
what's the
one.
one that came out recently?
New Dawn.
New Dawn. Yeah.
Wasn't Far Cry 4? That was the one with the
Pagan.
nigga that looked like Gordon Ramsay.
Pagan Man.
Yeah. Pagan men.
Pagan Man. But yeah, Finn, what are you playing?
Y'all know 2K be in a rotation all the time. Playmaking shot creator is created. But I've been playing motherfucking. Don't make that face, bro. But I've been playing Jedi Fallen Order. It's really good. I ain't gonna lie.
Shout out to Jedi Fallen Order, man.
That shit remind me like niggas always say like, oh yeah, this shit play like Metroid, but that was like the first game where I played that shit, and I'm like, this shit really do remind me of like some like 3D Metroid shit. Like, cause that was the shit that I really like. That shit really pissed me off about like Metroid Prime, like the series, because I was a really big fan of Super Metroid, and I'm like, man, if they made like a third person Metroid,
Modernized it.
you know what I'm saying? Like that should be hard. But them niggas did the first person shit. I ain't really like that shit. So and like I ain't gonna lie, the monsters on that bitch was kind of scary. So
I thought you liked that game.
I like the first one. I
Wow.
like the first one for sure, but I never finished it. And then I got the second one. I never finished it, and I started seeing the theme. I'm like, it's a reason why. It's because these monsters are scary as fuck.
Parasite Queen and Ridley and shit.
It ain't even that. Like, really, I could deal with. But these motherfucking it just be like random little shits that just be like, man, these motherfuckers just make your skin crawl. Like, nigga.
Make your skin crawl. Oh
Some
well.
characters when they get modernized, they don't do too well. Look at my homie Sonic. You know, he did. Sonic Adventures was good, so he did when they modernized
Right?
it.
That's on Sega. Cause it's plenty like
They ain't really fuck up
skip
Sonic
that.
design like that. Sonic then kept like a pretty okay design. He didn't got a little. I don't know.
They ain't never brought this nigga Sonic to the next generation for real. They be trying to just make like they be trying to use the same principles for like every game.
No,
But
you,
I mean, the Sonic Boom series was something like that was like they kind of made
You
him a
said
bit
the what?
different. You know, the Sonic Boom series.
Oh, I don't really. All right, now you talking
It's
about.
more recent. It's when they
couldn't
completely
care.
changed Knuckles, where Knuckles was like bigger, and you know, like he actually was the
Going
butt of the jokes. He
on
was
it.
like, you know, more dumb and shit like that. You know, he was the dumb friend and shit. They even had a TV
I
show
don't like
on
that
Cartoon
shit. I
Network.
don't like them making Knuckles into the dumb.
Right, because Knuckles supposed to be the black person.
Yeah, I was about to say Knuckles is like the end.
Yeah, he's definitely the nigga. I mean,
All right, man. Hey, man. I just want to take a break and yo, shout out to everybody.
You can do this on stream.
take a shot of Henny. I've been going brazy, or hey,
Why
I just
can't I
want
see
to,
you? I don't know how to work this.
This shit crazy.
I just wanted to toast to everybody, man.
I'm over here drinking water. This nigga got a fucking cup of Hennessy out here.
No, it's really Jose Cuervo. I just want to toast people.
This nigga got Long Island iced tea.
All right, bro, don't disrespect me. Hey, man,
Hey, that bitch shit. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know if you ever done had the proper Long Island made up at a restaurant or something or at a bar.
yes, I have. I have.
It'll put you together.
Yeah, sneak up on me. Right now, bro, listen, I beat Gears 5. Just want to make
This
note
nigga
of
didn't
that.
invite me to play that shit ever.
First off, you be saying like I don't want Gears.
No, I told niggas, I was like, if y'all play Gears, let me know. Cause I'm
It
trying
was
to play
just
that
me
shit.
playing. Like you was saying, I remember now. Yeah, my
Yeah. Yeah.
bad. My bad. Yeah, I
It's
remember
all
now.
good. I'm talking
But
shit.
yeah, Gears 5, man, amazing, dog. I wish that I was able to get footage to do a review for that game, but I wasn't for unforeseen circumstances. But that game was great, bro. Like I really like the story. The game looks amazing. Just you know, a lot of
That's the
things
shit
came
about
together, bro. Like the controls are always like, you know what I'm saying? Gears controls are what they are. Like I think they've gotten to a point where they only refine it, and I think they refine it in really good ways. The addition of like the sidekick Jack, he's like it's damn near like it has like an RPG element to it, like even how you upgrade Jack and the skills that you can use to help you on the field. Like there's a lot of stuff like I wasn't expecting, like even like kind of like open world sections, like kind of like
word.
pseudo open world shit. Like it was really
So
like
they was doing some new shit with it.
yeah, I was really impressed because I wasn't expecting that. I hadn't really looked into the Gears reviews like that because I always planned on playing and I didn't want anything spoiled because I
Right.
am pretty invested in that story like at this point. Like so yeah, I was very impressed by that game. Like I didn't know it was as good as it was because I definitely think it was better than Gears 4 and I like Gears 4. But Gears 5 it was really enjoyable. So um, I also played a little bit of Fantasy Star Online too, and I have a real issue with this game, man.
I actually played that a little bit as well, but I only played the prologue. What's your
Do you
issue?
have the same issue as I had, or do I just need to get another controller? Or because like
What was your issue?
I kept using potions like when I didn't want to because I kept hitting the left
Oh,
thumbstick.
I don't have that problem because I've played games where it's similar to that, like
Yeah,
where I have to click in the stick for weird shit. So I'm just
maybe it's my controller. I might need like an elite controller for that so I can switch out like the thumbstick or something because I have
Wait,
real issues like I accidentally click on my left thumbstick a lot.
and
Like
then you know
like sudden movements.
the
The
other thing
I
game
that
do
you
that
can
same
do,
shit like on
just
Call of Duty.
the other thing that you can do though is
and
like
I'm used to
just put
running in first person shooters and shit. So I have like I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty
just put
scared
the
of hitting the
just
left
put
thumb.
your slot on an empty one. Like when you not if you know you ain't about to heal yourself, you know how it's like different slots. Just
I'm
move
saying,
your shit
don't you
over to
have to? Don't you? So you can map it to a different
Nah, I mean it's still gonna
button.
like if you wanna heal yourself, you still gonna have to do like the left stick over the potion shit. But I'm saying like your inventory got like 8 items. You know what I'm saying? And you only start off with just a potion. If you move your shit over, like cause you can switch items with the left and the right on the D-pad.
Uh,
So if you just go to an
that
empty
still
joint,
might, yeah, but I'm gonna end up using whatever's in that bitch though. That's what I'm
just
saying.
leave one blank. Or I mean that shit cumbersome, but I'm just saying like just as a
Yeah,
fix.
that's pretty bad. Like so, if I had any criticism of that game, and that's damn near game breaking to me because like I felt like I couldn't play this shit afterwards. Like I played it on a higher difficulty. I don't want to play it on a lower difficulty just because like I feel like
right.
I'm handicapped by the controllers. So I don't know.
Does it happen? Does it occur like only in like specific like moments, like in the heat of like you
like when I be fighting, like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm real twitchy when I got the controller anyway. So like even if it's not for action, like sometimes I'll accidentally just hit down on the thumbstick. I just feel like that's a dumbass place to have.
That's like when you mixing up inputs from like games and shit. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like and
because a lot of games is click left stick, you run. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it don't even just be that. It'd be like in the heat of the moment, like I might be backing up or some shit like that. Like just doing regular motion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's fucking weird, man.
I have that exact. That's very ironic. I have that exact same issue, and I didn't experience it on when I played Call of Duty on Xbox. But what I did, you know, to help me, I took the vibration off because I hate the way vibrating. I hate anything that vibrates. I don't like the way that shit feels. So, and usually in Call of Duty, you know, when you're in a gunfight getting hit or something, you know, it starts to vibrate, and that caused me to tense up. And if you click L3 and you not running, and you got a certain like reflex, got a certain optic on there that you can toggle between. I'll be shooting and then he'll flick it over, you know, and I'm like, I'm not trying to do that, you know, and it'll mess me up, it'll mess my whole vision up, and I'll just keep doing that in the midst of the gunfight and it'll fuck me up. But ever since I took the vibration off, I don't have addiction.
That don't happen to me on Call of Duty, bro.
You get some shit for these niggas.
No, it's the vibration. Like, you know, I just I don't like the way that
feels. Vibrating and shit, bro. All right.
These hands got real good.
Listen. At the end of the day, these controller layouts be trash, all right?
Yeah, I'm just clowning and shit because that shit really be happening to me on Call of Duty. Like I just be randomly running for no reason.
Of course, that always happens. Like I don't understand like some of these fucking layouts, bro. Anyway, I was just talking shit. I feel the same way.
Yeah, Fly. Niggas definitely feel
I feel the same way, Fly.
Niggas definitely feel you, bro.
Yeah, but yo, man, it's been a while since we recorded. So there was a lot of PS5, Xbox Series X shit that, you know, hit the blogs, hit the internets. Did y'all have any thoughts on like did y'all see like the PS5 review? Just how
I didn't see the PS5 review. I mean review.
Are you familiar with the specs or anything?
Only from what I've gleaned over. So you can definitely go over them again.
What about you? Because I'm not gonna give a deep dive into specs and shit like that. I think we're kind of beyond that point in time.
Word.
Because Xbox's specs all trump PS5s basically. There has been like a lot of talk about, I guess, the SSD of the PS5 being very. I think they'll be able to get like a higher clock speed. If I'm mixing up the terms, you know, excuse me, but it will be able to do a lot where people think it's underpowered because, like I said, there is a disparity in specs just across the board. But the SSD is what people are saying will be the thing, I guess, that evens out, I guess, that disparity.
What, Xbox One ain't got an SSD?
No, it does. I guess they're saying, like I said, I guess in the way that they're doing it or creating it within the PS5, they'll be able to get like a higher speed out of it somehow. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like tech shit, like on that level, even with like graphics cards, GPU, and all that shit like that, like I'm gonna keep it real. Games on crack, you're not gonna get like deep dives into like numbers and shit like that. We go with the basic shit. And at the end of the day, it's not gonna be about power because as we see like right now with the Switch has some of the best games like of this generation on it. Um, power
That's
does
a big fact.
power is only so much of what people need in gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like really it's about the software. It's always going to be about the software. But I will say this. There was a point in time where um PlayStation and Sony, I feel like were relying on like being powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like even early generation for Xbox One, PS4, I feel like there were a lot of games that showed better on PS4. That trend began to kind of change um, as the time went by, where you would start seeing better versions on the Xbox One compared to the PS4. When it used to, prior to, be just PS4 would be the best. And then once we saw like that mid generational leap, which brought us the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Xbox One X was more powerful and has been consistently more powerful than the PlayStation. Uh, I feel like Sony is in a position right now. Um, I don't know if they've revealed enough information at this point. I feel like right now, if you're talking about just based on perception, I feel like Xbox has been making a lot of better moves just as far as like the passage of information. You know what I'm saying? Like just letting people know what the system does, what to expect. Even if you look at backwards compatibility, there's kind of been confusion about what would be backwards compatible on a PS5. Initially, they said it was like the top 100 PS4 games that would be backwards compatible. Um, they've since reneged on that and said like more would be available. But I feel like Microsoft has been doing a lot to number one make up for how they started this past generation, this generation that we're in currently. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they've done a lot to incur like good favor with gamers. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
That's a fact.
Phil Spencer has done a lot to kind of like right that ship because a lot of these changes came once he stepped into position. This dedication to making Game Pass the service that it is. We talked about Game Pass all the time. Like I played Gears 5 on Game Pass. I played Outer Worlds on Game Pass. Um, that service is fucking excellent. I'm playing Doom right now on Game Pass. These are three really good games. Um, I just feel like Xboxes and Microsoft has been doing a lot better job in messaging. I feel like they've been doing just a better job in actually letting consumers know what to expect, down the road.
Keeping that line of communication open.
Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? I don't know if you guys been keeping up with uh the Series X reveals and like just the information as far as the features that will be included. Just as far as their policy is of exclusives, Series X games also being on the Xbox One. Like, what did you guys think about just how PS5 is stacking against the Xbox Series X?
Um, I honestly feel like sometimes I be like, I don't know how Xbox is gonna actually be profitable because they do a lot of shit where it's like, nigga, I don't see how y'all making money off this shit. Like it's a lot of good services that they do, but it's like even in the case of Game Pass, like my something that I always wonder is like, do these niggas get paid from that shit? Like, do they get residual money? Like,
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
developers
saying?
definitely get bread from doing that, like
But
entering
my,
into that deal. Like,
but my thing is like, nigga, how much you gonna make off niggas paying 15? Like, you got niggas paying 15 a month, like, and you got 100 games. You splitting up $15 between 100 different game developers. Like, that shit
well,
kind of
They
it's
able
not.
to do that now. They was like the first people to, like, the whole Xbox Live shit. That was the first thing that actually cost. PlayStation Network, started off free at first when like the whole online shit started popping off.
the developers don't get no bread from that though. Like
I'm
they
saying
don't get money for like niggas signing up for Xbox Live. Even if a nigga be like, yo, I'm only gonna play 2K on this bitch. 2K not gonna see no money like from
no, I'm saying like these deals have to be lucrative for the developers to enter into it. And when you see like games as high level as like a Grand Theft Auto 5, NBA
Microsoft had to pay for that.
2K20, like these are games like they getting bread. Like you're not putting your game on the service like just off the love. Especially such big games. Like I feel like we may underestimate like with that 15, you know what I'm saying, from like 1,000 people, like just up, just think about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like exponentially, like these numbers will I feel like impact, especially because Game Pass isn't a service that is only on Xbox. It's also available on PC. And that's what I feel like people may underestimate. When you have a large library of PC games, because there are PC games that are just specifically on Game Pass that are for Game Pass. Um, I think Xbox, I've talked about it multiple times on the podcast. They've invested in ecosystems. If people can play Xbox related products, even if you look at an X Cloud, I feel like X Cloud is them expanding in a way in which they're opening the doors to people to play their games that maybe this generation weren't able to, or people can spend money with them in a way that they weren't able to spend money with them at the beginning of this generation. So I feel like it's lucrative. I feel like on both sides, especially in the digital streaming, you know what I'm saying, era that we in right now. Like paying that 15 and then having Game Pass, and then being like maybe when you play that game, because you always had an option to actually purchase it, and when you're moving these games and shifting them from month to month off the service, you know what I'm saying, on the service, it provides you an opportunity to play games and then be like, hey, maybe I want to keep this game and pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like real video game fans, like, because I've done that. I've definitely played a game on Game Pass and be like, yo, I want to buy this shit. I want to have this shit.
hello.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point in time, like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like Xbox is definitely doing more to kind of curry favor with you know what I'm saying, like consumers.
Learning from their mistakes, and, getting better.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a real danger. Uh, I don't think PlayStation's at a point in time where they're bigger than they've ever been. So I don't know if you can defeat PlayStation, but I feel like you can get to a point in time where you're back in the conversation, because I feel like Microsoft and Xbox have been out of the conversation for a long, long time. So with these moves, we're in a position to see maybe another shift, which was like similar to like the PlayStation 3 era, where they came out with the high price tag, um, no backwards compatibility. Like there was a lot of things that they did incorrectly in that PS3 run that they didn't recover from until at the end of the generation. I feel like this is mirroring that situation right now. What do you
Those who
think?
don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I mean, if I'm asking, well, you specifically, what console would you know what I'm saying, like, be interested in buying?
Um, in an ideal world, of course, I want both, but
Everybody trying to get both.
yeah, I'm about to say, but the Xbox One was the first, was the first of that gen. Speaking of from Xbox 360, etc. I've always had like well, honestly, I had Nintendo first, before anything, and it's probably gonna always be that way, but uh, excluding Nintendo, it's been like Sony was always second place. It's not that I didn't like Xbox. I never owned an Xbox 360, or an Xbox. Xbox One was the first system I actually had. For Microsoft, wasn't disappointed in it at all, but it was honestly cheaper. Than the PS4 at the time, and I don't know. I finally just went to PS4, and I feel like I was like been supposed to do that. Like I had a PS1, PS2, PS3, all when they around their actual time of debut, and kind of just broke the cycle and got the Xbox One.
So you will
But
be
then when
moving
the Kinect
towards
kind of sold me,
PS5.
I was more interested in that.
That's
At the
ironic. That's ironic, just because I don't know, like, Connect never got the love I feel like it should, like, really receive. It was a pretty good peripheral, but I feel
Dance
like
Central
they fucked
exclusives
it
was
up.
fire.
Oh yeah, nigga, you know what I used to do on Dance Central, but um, yeah, that might have been a mistake though. If we talking about last generation, just because that caused the price tag for the Xbox One to be more, and they were focusing on that. That's what I'm saying. Like, Phil Spencer came in and changed a lot of that shit. Like, he got off of that. Hey, we're not an entertainment box. We're here to have video games, and I believe this next generation is gonna change people's minds. I feel like these games that, even the things that Microsoft hasn't announced yet, I feel like they have ammo where they will have those great games that people were missing out on. You know what I'm saying? This generation. I feel like they fucked up in a lot of ways, but they made their way back to being like a viable contender again. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think you gonna see them snap off 100 mil like the PS4 did, like, what I'm saying, this generation. But I feel like it's gonna be different. And if we're just expecting console generations to follow console generations, this could be like a big turning point for them moving forward, like, depending on, what I'm saying, like, how things shake out. But I really think Xbox is and Microsoft is shit on, Sony, and at least, like, just like the presentation. We still don't even know what the fuck the PS5 looks like at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what either one of them costs, but we don't know what it looked like. We don't know, like, it's a lot of unknown variables. We don't know, like, we don't really know what's going to be backwards compatible. With the Xbox Series X, we know that, like, if it's backwards compatible, right now it's going to be compatible with the Series X. So, and that shit is live too, because you just have access to, like, damn near all your library. So if you got any Xbox 360 original Xbox games, like, them bitches is getting popped in, and they will have, like, noticeable performance increases with you know what I'm saying resolution, just how the game perform. Like it's I don't know. We'll see how PS5. I'm really interested to see how they do backwards compatibility because I feel like Xbox has like they've shitted on anything that I could have imagined that backwards compatibility capabilities for a system would be. They've kind of smashed and destroyed all of that shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to them. Shout out to Sony, man. Shout out to all of these motherfuckers making these games, these consoles. I don't know if there's been talk that coronavirus maybe we got Neo in the Matrix back in the building, but
I know Kung Fu.
we're not sure what exactly. I don't know, man. We don't know what Sony is doing, bro. I was saying, well, I was asking Fly what system he would purchase first. And
You already know what I'm getting, baby. Oh,
this Series X.
you gonna get the PS5? Oh man,
he's a new Xbox guy too. Like he was saying, like he never had the 360, never had the original. So you know he's a PlayStation guy. But
the first time I played it was with y'all, like playing like Halo and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Once I got an Xbox, I pretty much fell in love with that bitch. So I'm probably
same
not.
here.
I had a PS3.
I
I felt like they could do more, you know, when I did play it, you know, because even compared to like the PS2 and the Xbox, you know, you can put songs on the fucking Xbox and shit, you know, and when you play Midnight Club, you can actually listen to your, you know, whatever songs is
Right, like
burn to the Xbox, you know.
and then Xbox Live so much better than PlayStation Network, bro. Like it is ridiculous. So that I think that's the main thing. And then a lot of my friends got Xbox, so it's just you know what I'm saying. I don't even though I really be sad because especially with Final Fantasy dropping, I'm missing out on so many fucking good games, bro. Like I still want to play Persona, I still want to play God of War because God of War.
You gotta have both, man. You gotta have both. By the end of the generation, man, just gotta cop both, bro. No, you don't have to cop that shit eventually. You'll cop.
They different sides of the same coin.
Depending on, I don't know, man. Like,
nah, I'm gonna definitely get both.
There's great games on both systems. I just feel like right now, if we talking momentum, I feel like Microsoft got all that right now. Like they got.
My only thing is PS4. Them niggas they ain't never brought their price down to something that I'd be willing to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like you still pretty much got it. Like because at this point, I'm like it ain't no point in me getting a regular PS4. I might as well get a Pro. Like if I'm gonna get one. So it's like I ain't trying to come out of 300. I already got a Switch, so it's like that's my secondary joint for right now. But
no, I think some shit for the low though. Like right now, that 200 to 250, like you could find like a used PlayStation.
You want me to get used right now?
Oh no, I'm not saying that right now. I'm just saying like in case because that was my main thing. Like I wasn't gonna let this generation pass without me having both of them systems. Like I'm still trying to get me a Switch, but there's too many games on PlayStation that I was just like, dog, I'm not missing out on this shit. I still I have God of War. I haven't played it yet. I have Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played it yet.
Bro,
that shit's sweet.
Yeah, God of War was my shit, but Horizon,
that shit's sweet as fuck.
That shit look cold as hell because that shit look like Zelda.
I got Uncharted. I got obviously Persona 5 is my shit. Like that is my shit. So I'm looking at a whole bunch of PlayStation games right now. Like I got so I'm saying like I love like Sony, like PlayStation, but just as far as like I feel like Microsoft has just been doing more for like the consumer. Like they've been more about like trying to provide like the experience that gamers want. And I feel like that's very important. And it's important that we champion that on platforms like this. Yeah, because they were even like they were one of the first to be on this crossplay shit. Like, yo, we can do that shit. Like, if
They basically
PlayStation,
made them niggas have to do that shit because it's
yeah,
like, bro, you looking super cap right now. Like, nigga, we know all you gotta do is push a button and that shit
yeah,
gonna work.
you know, my
Y'all just
thing,
saying no.
my thing was like,
They pride themselves on them. You know, they always had more exclusive, exclusive shit. You know what I'm saying? Something exclusive. You know, and they held their nose up high because of that shit. You know, that's my
yeah,
opinion.
I mean, them niggas gonna have some fire. The Last of Us 2 was delayed indefinitely. This was a game that I thought might end up on PS5 anyway, but it's looking like, of course, I still think it's gonna come out for PS4, but I feel like it puts it in an even better position to put it on PS5 like pretty quickly. From what I've seen, that game looks fucking amazing. Like it looks very, very fucking insane. Visually. The Last of Us is one of my favorite games on PS3. It's definitely in my top five. So I'm looking forward to The Last of Us 2. Like I wasn't like a lot of people were like really pissed off and like, taken aback by it getting pushed back. But I have so many games that I haven't played yet. It's fine. And I know that as long as Final Fantasy VII comes out, I think that this is the game that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this fucking game since that tech demo, like the PS2 tech demo. So, or the was it PS3? It was PS3. I've been waiting for that game forever. And even before they committed to doing it, once they got people like geeked up for it, like I was one of those people geeked up. So Final Fantasy VII Remake is really the only game that I've cared about coming out this year that I needed to come out this year. Cyberpunk is a little behind that. I think Cyberpunk is going to be delayed.
For real.
I think Cyberpunk is going to be delayed as well. Just knowing like
is it still scheduled for April?
No, September. It already been back. It already been pushed back to September. I feel like it's going to be pushed back. I feel like it's going to be pushed back even further. Yeah, man, coronavirus is fucking running wild. According to like, at least Phil Spencer said, there shouldn't be any impact to the consoles coming out, but I don't know if I believe that. It's affecting everything. People are getting scared that Ghost of Tsushima may get pushed back as well. And that would suck too, because I was really looking forward to that game coming out during the summertime and having something to play during that summer lull. When nothing comes out, it seems like games don't really come out during the summer like that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Sony, I feel like they got some work to do if they want to be viable. Well, not viable, but if they want to keep Microsoft down, I don't think they're gonna be able to keep Microsoft down because I feel like a lot of Microsoft's mistakes have been like things that they've done. Like it hasn't been like because like, oh, we're not capable. Like Microsoft should be capable of having a great third person game, like just period, because they've done that before. They've had games like Fable, like what I'm saying, like they've had great games before, but it's time for them to really do it. I think this is gonna be their time, and I feel like the power that this Series X is gonna have, I feel like is kind of game changing. I feel like people are kind of sleeping on too. They're not expecting the jump that there will be. Like I think there's going to be a jump that people aren't really expecting.
I feel like that shit cap about that SSD shit because if that's the case, then nigga, any technology like any technology that you're gonna be able to use to make where you can use the SSD data as like basically processing power, you're gonna be able to do it on Xbox. So it's like even if they start off where it's equal, all of the shit in the box is gonna be better than PlayStation 5. So all they gonna have to do is figure out what technology are they using to make it, which that's starting to be like a thing that people can do. Like they're starting to be able to use like RAM power as GPU power. So it's like all they gotta really do is just figure out how to adapt it for their shit.
No, I think the days of like Sony having the most powerful shit is like over for sure, for sure. Like
Yeah,
I don't think that's coming back because I feel like Microsoft has gotten their bag, especially with their architecture. And I think they kind of showed that shit off with the Xbox One S and then the One X to show like what they got out of those systems.
and it should.
Uh,
And then the other part about it is like I always just feel more confident in a person that like is showing shit consistently
yeah,
and don't have no issue with like with the PlayStation shit, even though they had like they conference and shit, people still saying it's still kind of like murky as far as what's gonna be in it. Like what's gonna be. Everything is listed outside of like who's making every single part.
yeah.
For even for like the GPU, like what the architecture is based off of for both, but it's certain shit for PS5 that niggas don't know. So it's like I just think I think even like I said, it's gonna be a situation like just think about like with the cell processor, like where it was like, all right, that shit wasn't all the way able to be utilized at first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And after a while, once they start figuring out, oh yeah, this is how we do this, this, and this, then it was way stronger because the
Here's,
shit in the boxes, you know what I'm saying?
here's
Better.
here's what I don't think like people have even like considered. Um, I don't know if the Xbox One X has been pushed to like its limit. You know what I'm saying? And with exclusives coming out with the Series X and with the Xbox One, um, I think people are gonna be really surprised. Like if they do invest in the Series X or they ain't even gotta invest. Once they start seeing footage, like I've seen what ray tracing has done to like just Minecraft. Um,
Right.
I've seen tech that there's a tech demo that was on Digital Foundry of Gears 5 running 4K 60, I believe, and with ray tracing, this shit looked fucking amazing. And that was off a tech demo that I think Microsoft put together in like a couple of weeks.
Right.
Once they start utilizing, and I trust Microsoft as a tech company more than I trust Sony as a tech company at this point in time. Just as far as like with architecture, with console architecture, um, there of course there was like the red ring of death. I feel like since then, um, they've done a lot to make sure that their consoles are reliable and just like I said, superior to the competition. I feel like the hardware game has been won already on you know what I'm saying on that front. Like I don't feel like and I will make note that Phil Spencer was interviewed recently after like the PS5 revealed just recently, I think last week with IGN Unlocked, and he was like, "I feel good, like you know what I'm saying. I seen the PS5 reveal. I feel good about what we're doing." And of course, he's not gonna say different. Like he's not gonna be like we scared, but I know what type of time Phil Spencer is on, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I've been keeping up with his
And that nigga
movies.
acknowledges like when it's real competition, like he'll be straight up about it. Like
Yeah,
these niggas got some shit, but nigga, we still trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And
so I feel you.
I respect him because he usually like when he talk is not He's not bullshit.
That nigga not trying to sell shit. Like he really be on some like nigga. This is what we doing, nigga. Like
Yeah.
fuck the bull.
And that's what I'm saying. I guess I resonate more with that, like in that way of going about like selling your console and you know what I'm saying, like promoting your product. So yeah,
Right.
I don't know, man. I think some fanboys is gonna be you know, they're gonna have their panties in a bunch this next generation because I don't think it's gonna be the same as it is this time at all. But yo, bro, have you been keeping an eye on what's been going on with like GameStop?
I've been hearing little stuff here and there, but I haven't really looked too far into it. I just know that they were saying like the things that I heard was pretty much that they not being given like any type of personal equipment, like personal protective equipment, I should say. Um, and they don't really have no policies for like taking used games and shit like that. So
I mean, even beyond. All right, we just have to acknowledge that there shouldn't be any GameStop open right now. That is not essential. Like
facts,
I can't,
especially when you can go online.
bro. Get a digital copy. Stay your fucking ass at home. Like I don't understand. Like if there's motherfuckers that don't understand, like going to get games is not a reason to like subject yourself to coronavirus right now. Fuck them. Like I don't.
Crazy.
I don't understand it. Go get some internet. I don't give a fuck. Like it's not essential. It's not for people to be in positions where they're coming in contact with all types of different people for 8 hours out of their day. And I think the higher ups at GameStop instructed like their employees to, if excuse me, cops were or law enforcement were telling them to shut down, that they were supposed to fight to stay open by
Oh
telling
yeah,
them that
I
they're
heard.
essential and shit like that. Like that shit is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
Um, I don't understand what's going on with GameStop right now. I'm not quite sure. I know Reggie Fils-Aimé just came over there. Reggie is one of the goats. I'm hoping that none of these are Reggie moves. They don't seem like Reggie moves, but um, I'm really disgusted with like how GameStop has been handling shit, just in general around COVID 19. It's just I don't know. Boston has shut down like all of the GameStops. You know what I'm saying? I guess they was doing like curbside pickup, but they said like y'all can't do shit no more. And
Right.
I'm hoping it gets to be like that, you know, across the nation. Like I don't feel like anybody should be at a GameStop right now. It's not GameStop is non-essential. It is not essential. Like I don't think you should be putting these employees fucking at risk every day. Like people are dying. Why? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like people have had to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen shit on Reddit. I've seen stories on the internet. Like it's ridiculous what people have had to deal with regarding GameStop. And you know, it's I don't know. It's like it's every month there's a new GameStop story about how they're shitty and how they.
Yeah, like that's what's kind of crazy. Like it seems like it's just a non-stop like these niggas is just really stupid as far as how they do their business practices.
Yeah, man. It's just I don't know, man. I just hope I pray that anybody that's working at GameStop is not infected, man. Shout out to everybody who really is essential and working essential jobs. I know we talked about this at the beginning of the show, but it is of paramount importance that like we tell people to stay home and say fuck you to the people who are making people go out that don't
Yeah,
have to go
like
out.
niggas really gotta like. But that's the thing. It's like that's why I have brought up what I brought up before because it's some people that are like on the complete other side of it. Is as far as like nigga, if we in America, like we should have the freedom to like
All right, freedom
we
gonna
should
get
have the freedom
killed, bro.
to if we want to take that risk in order to like you know what I'm saying do whatever we got to do. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't know why people want to have the freedom to be like stupid.
That's kind of
Like why is it always like, hey, I want like okay, like
let
I'm
me
not
just make
saying
my
I
dumb
would.
decision and
I'm
don't
not saying I would do this, but hey, let me do the worst version of this shit just because I can. Like I don't subscribe to like this notion that just because you can do it, you should do it. Or just because somebody telling you not to do something, you should be like, no, I'm gonna do this shit because you shouldn't infringe upon my rights to do that shit. But then same motherfuckers be like fuck America type shit or like yo or like okay valid things but you can like still like listen to people like you can still like look I don't know I've mentioned this multiple times I don't know what's going on in Africa right now I feel like nobody talks about how good of a job they've been doing to contain things.
right.
um I think South Korea is another place that like I think they've contained just about everything. Um, it's just here with people who like just
Are entitled.
yeah like and I don't fucking like the same and I don't understand this because it'll be these are the same people that I'll be seeing the same people that I'll be seeing who be like fuck America.
No,
You know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
yeah,
but they talk about their right to like free speech and a right to like all of these American like values and shit
values
like that.
that you claim that we never get anyway.
Yeah, so it's one of those situations like I don't understand. I don't really get, you know, the thinking behind some of these people right now.
Right.
Corona got people exposing the worst parts of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's quite unfortunate, my friend. Quite unfortunate. But we got flashback in the building. So fuck out my ear with that
This shit
food.
like a revolving door and shit.
Man, I
Yeah,
didn't know I was gonna spend my day grocery shopping.
hey man, it's all good, man.
No,
You
You
get
fucking
know,
ain't. It
mine
ain't
shit at the
fucking all good
grocery
at
store.
all. It ain't all good at all.
what you
It
give
ain't
me?
all good.
What
It
you
ain't
give
all
me?
good.
I'm hungry. What you
It
give me?
ain't.
You had to go to like 3 or 4 stores.
Look at this nigga, dog. Ah, you froze, bitch. You froze, bitch. You froze. Where you at?
This
Where you
nigga
at,
deactivated his
dog?
camera. Hold
Yeah,
on.
nigga. That shit was funny. Anyway, yo, yeah. Off
I'm
the
supposed to be saying ends.
I'll be trying to, I'm trying, bro.
I'm doing a bad job.
Be trying. Yo, new releases. Anything catch your eye that you thinking about copping in the future?
Not for me.
Right
The
now,
only thing that I've really been
Doom Eternal. I got my eye on that. Just recently came out. As I just mentioned earlier on in the show, I played Doom, and I'm loving it. I heard Doom Eternal is even better, so there's no reason why I won't love Doom Eternal whenever I eventually play it. Um, Resident Evil 3. You ain't looking at that.
I'm not because I didn't like Resident Evil 3 when I was a kid. So
What?
Resident Evil 2
I
is
thought
always
you
one of
like that
my
shit.
favorite. Nah. I remember like
What a
even when y'all used to
motherfucking hater.
when y'all used to play that shit Fuck. When y'all used to
There
play
we
that
go.
shit, like when we used to go over Derek crib,
Yeah.
because I remember y'all played. I think y'all played through 2 and 3, and
Yeah,
3 was just
so we
always
was playing
kind of
all the Resident Evils.
yeah. 3 was like just kind of like, and they never really catch my eye. And then I actually played it. I was like, yeah, I don't really like this shit. Like
you
I
played the demo?
like even before.
Oh,
No,
you
I
talking
mean
about back
like
in the
the
day.
original game, and
Nice.
even when like Resident Evil 2, that's one of my favorite all time games. Like I like before the remake came out. This is why I low key I just cop Resident Evil 2. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on sale and shit. But I really was on some shit like I don't know why I waited a full year to even grab it, because I literally just played the original version like a year before. Like just on some like, man, I want to play this shit.
Yeah.
So like
But
I
you got
play
that
all
shit
them
for the
old,
lows.
yeah,
Nigga like me paid full price and they ain't played it yet.
yeah. So yeah, they had that shit on the Microsoft store for the W. That ain't shit.
Facts.
Y'all niggas, y'all is interested in Animal Crossing?
I honestly don't know much. I
I'm
don't
not
know
paying
much
full
about
price
Animal
for it.
Crossing, bro. I don't know much about it.
You never played?
I played one of them.
I played once, like slightly, bro. Not anything too
It's
crazy.
actually
So I really don't know about it, but I'm sure it's good. It seems like everybody enjoying themselves playing on it, but
Animal Crossing is dope.
I don't even know the mechanics. So what is it?
That shit
I
basically like
ain't
The
played
Sims,
that since, I think.
but it's like a super kiddie version of The Sims.
Oh, okay. It's like The Sims. All right. Okay.
It came out on GameCube, didn't it?
Yeah.
I might cop that shit later.
Yeah,
We
when
all
that shit like $30-$40, that's gonna be the price point I'm looking for. You know?
Yeah. We all know what I'm waiting on, and nothing else is gonna matter until that's complete.
Oh well, you're just in time, buddy. You see how certain things just are meant to be.
All right, I'm out, bro. Y'all niggas have a good stream.
We're talking of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got here just in time. Because I was saving this topic for you.
Thank you.
You know, there aren't many bigger Final Fantasy VII fans than this man. Basically, the new trailer came out. The final trailer just dropped, I think, a couple of days ago.
I don't think I've seen that thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty fire, bro.
People are saying there's spoilers, but listen, bro, we played this shit in 1997. Any new shit?
They mentioned this is something that I saw later on. Apparently, it's like 2 sections of the game where they normally be back to back.
Well, I mean, they're gonna change the shit.
No, I'm saying like the one part, like the start of it is like chapter 3, and then the part that was right after it now is like chapter 7 and 8 or something. So it's like a full like 4 chapters that niggas gonna play. You know what I'm saying? That seems like, when you think about it numbers wise, that seems like a lot. So I'm like, nigga, they might be doing some full out, like really adding shit. You know what I'm saying?
They are adding shit. They making a Midgard portion into like 40 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, bro. They like really tapping in. They really tapping into the Midgard story, introducing new characters and everything.
No, but
because I mean, like, even playing.
They were saying like there were spoilers in the trailer that just dropped.
Not really anything that anybody needs to know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? It's not gonna make or break the game.
That's what I was saying.
What they talking about? The air, the ancient shit.
I guess because they showed Meteor early. You know what I'm saying? Like, Meteor is going to appear like in that game. Like, they showed that.
But big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like
that. I guess that was my main point. Like, there's no spoilers in that trailer to me. Like, there is some shit where you be like, oh, this shit about to be in this, or it's about to be like this type of
They
shit.
putting blah 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 here.
There's nothing that's like to me like that's like gonna fuck up your experience, like reliving that game story. You know what I'm saying? We know what happens. They gonna add shit, and it's gonna be like some dope shit that they adding from like what I done heard. Like they adding like some real significant shit. So
I can't wait, dog. Like I'm so happy we finally here to this point. I'm just excited to play. I'm gonna really be locked in.
5 fucking days, bro.
Really be locked in.
I ain't got no motherfucking PlayStation, so.
Oh, man.
I told Krack I'm about to just download Final Fantasy VII on my Xbox and just play the original.
Play that shit.
Yeah, because yeah, bro. This is at the top of the list for me right now. Cyberpunk number 2, but there is no other game that I've been anticipating more than this game.
Yeah, I've been waiting on this a long time, bro. Like I can't remember a game last game I was this excited about dropping was probably GTA 5.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably GTA 5. Not saying I haven't been excited about other games, but I mean, like, for this.
No, the type of shit that I want to play at 12 o'clock, like that type of shit. Like,
yeah, like I
type
need.
Of shit that I would have stood outside in line at GameStop.
Oh yeah.
Type shit.
Oh yeah. I'd have been outside for this for sure.
Yeah,
I'd have been in line for this.
Like I would have gotten my outside bag for this shit. So
I'd have been in line
there ain't many games. I don't know if there's any games that will come out like unless it's like I don't know. I don't know if anything of this magnitude could come out for me that combines like nostalgia with like anticipation for like new shit. Because like a lot of like the appeal for this game is just because it is Final Fantasy VII. But once you started seeing like the footage coming out, once the demo came out, like oh shit, like this is.
You know how many people I seen playing the demo over and over and over again? Like niggas was playing the demo over and over and over. Like I can't wait.
That's what I'm saying. Like if this is one of those legit games, like where on its own merit, like. Where you can play this shit and you like, yo, like this shit is different. Like this is a top game of the year contender, like just on its own. But then once you add in like all the nostalgia with Final Fantasy VII for old players like us, like who remember in '97 playing that shit, like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know any game that can recreate that type of nostalgia for me personally. Where I would be anticipating the game, like bro, like
it's like when they dropped the first episode of the prequels for Star Wars and shit.
Yeah. I think that was and if the prequels would have been fire as fuck, like
right.
Like if the prequels was just like some of the GOAT movies ever come out, like competing with the original shit. Like if this competes with the original to me, like just as far as like how I was feeling, and bro, like. I think it will because when I was watching the trailer, like bro, I'm like, you know that feeling you get, like bro, like it's like how I remember when I was a kid, like.
Bro, when I played the demo and the music started, it took me back to that moment. Like I was I'm glad they didn't change the music too much. They just made it a little more modern, but it's the same nigga. So like that shit is. Man,
like it's enhanced. Like everything is enhanced. Like and like I said, I can't find nothing else to compare that shit to because Final Fantasy VII by itself is already a fucking classic, and we in this new era where, and this is the first time like I don't even remasters like. For PS1 era shit, Nintendo 64 era shit, like a lot of the shit that we thought was changing the game at the time, like niggas is bringing back like now and adding on to that already legendary foundation. A lot of these games, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did niggas had to like come back to remaster? Pong back in like the 80s and 90s and shit. Like niggas couldn't. This is a whole new this is a whole new landscape than like what people have ever seen before, especially with remasters and these remakes and shit like that. This is like it's different.
These the remakes are like the remasters are awesome, but the remakes are like crazy.
Yeah, like if you look at the Spyro shit, look at Crash Bandicoot,
look at Resident Evil.
Right.
Yeah, the remakes are really nice, man.
It's a lot, bro.
And these niggas didn't have to give us like new shit for this game at all. I would have been fine. Them giving us new shit, that's even better.
Yeah,
like
bro.
They ain't have to. Like shit, I was already locked in, like, ready to go.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to re-experiencing that story. I got a feeling like I'm still gonna be riding that Tifa wave. You know what I'm saying? When we choosing,
gonna take her to on a date at Golden Saucer.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I heard they downsized them titties though.
They definitely
did downsize on her titties. They downsized on her titties.
That for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty bullshit.
But we understand. No, but they
I'm excited. I'm excited for them to.
She got straps now.
I'm excited for them to go more so in the. She got what straps, so that lay her titties down,
so she can like fight without her titties like bouncing all over the place. That's what they explained it as. Like it's athletic. They saying like she wasn't scaled down. They saying like that's the harness type shit. Like they made it a point to say like we wasn't scaling down her titties. So
word.
Yeah.
Nah, I need them bitches.
I mean, if they gonna have a scene with she gonna take the straps off.
Let me loosen my straps up, Cloud. Let me loosen loosen your straps.
30 seconds. It's gonna be it.
Cool, like,
I need a dead or alive fighting scene.
Right. Where them motherfuckers they be walking slow as hell. That bitches be bouncing like that's just crazy.
That was a sick ass game, bro. If we want to get into some sick shit, like the reason I was playing Dead or Alive. Yeah, the reason I was playing Dead or Alive. Definitely.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit, the game was actually kind of hard though.
No, the game was cold, but that wasn't the main reason I instantly went into it.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, the beach volleyball they had, Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Oh yeah. I remember the chick from Soul Calibur used to be the same way, low key.
Whacking it. He was whacking.
Niggas is sick, bro.
Yeah. Hey, whoever made that game, you a sick fuck, bro. You a real sick fuck. Still coming out with those. I think he's still coming out with them, but nah, man.
My shit'll be here Thursday by end of the day.
Here. Oh shit.
Thursday by end of the day.
I gotta pre-order my shit.
Can't wait.
You know, I've been waiting. I was waiting up until like the last day. Digital pre-order. Oh.
Hey. We're pod. We're pod.
That's the joke.
Beat it.
That's the joke.
Bye. Bye.
Like, what y'all ain't talking about?
He tried to tuck in over the couch. He like, let me.
What y'all talking about? See you on that mic, Pop. What's up? But nah, man. It was dope, bro. Like that trailer was fire, bro. Like a lot of dope moments. Like I love seeing Cloud and Tifa. You know when they made the little promise and shit, like back in Neighborhood.
My nigga, you see Sephiroth when he whispered in Cloud ear, "You a bitch ass nigga." Yeah. You saw that? Yeah, you saw that. Yeah,
I like how they present Sephiroth, man.
You a little bitch ass nigga. Huh?
Sephiroth, like he about the action for real. Like, in the first game, he for sure was, but I like how you wasn't really seeing him like a lot during this section, and it looked like they obviously putting Sephiroth kind of like
you would have to, bro. You would have to. You would have to in this game. If you just stay in the mid guard, you would have to give him some, you gotta give him some camera time, bro.
Nephew, what up, man? What up, nephew?
Hey.
Say what up, man. What's up?
What up, man?
What's up? Yeah, you on games. Oh.
Say hi.
Yeah. My dog. But
anytime you see the headphones on, it's like, oh yes, it's time. It's time.
But yeah, man, it was. I'm just dog. I couldn't explain how happy I am to be 5 days away from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and yeah, man, I don't really know what to say about that shit. Like at this point, like I feel like we've reached like such a fever pitch and like anticipation, and it's almost here. It's just like you just waiting, like you just count down the days, really, bro. And
I ain't gonna lie. I've been kind of on some like I've been trying to black out from even looking at any type of coverage just because I don't want to like.
Me too.
Actually play it. I don't want to like fuck it up. Even though I ended up watching a little demo. Like I watched the
that demo was fire.
That bitch.
And the demo don't even scale, bro. They gave us a lot in the demo. I didn't know it was gonna go that far.
Yeah, it was a lot of shit in there.
Yeah,
but
I
know y'all had mentioned it earlier as far as like the music. I would really hope that they put an option to have the original music instead of like
like the original.
Yeah, like if you could just
that would be dope to have.
That'd be fire.
But I ain't gonna lie, like I like all the orchestras that I heard. Like they sound enough like the original shit, but they sound like a symphony playing. Like basically like
maybe have a little like I don't know, bro.
It's basically like the concept
shit.
Like they was doing like at the Detroit Symphony where they was having them playing Final Fantasy music. I would expect like the same type of shit because from what I heard, it sound like they got like big ass like symphonies and like
right. Nah, I mean I feel you. I mean as far as like just how it sounds, I get you.
But yeah, it would be
for the old.
But I will say this: if they pull this shit off, this will be one of the greatest gaming accomplishments that I've ever seen in my life. Like I've never seen. If they do this and have part 2 and the part 3, and they're all of this quality,
right?
Bro, like
I don't know what you can.
I can't wait to see Golden Saucer, bro. It's gonna be so many mini games, bro, and oh my god, dog, it's gonna be so great.
I ain't gonna lie, I want to see Wu-Tai. Like I want to see
just like put it in there. They'll put it in there.
It's like shit. Like I wouldn't like second. I want to see that fucking ranch, that random ass ranch with the nigga that got like the limit break and shit, like in there and shit. Like
I thought you were talking about a Chocobo ranch.
I mean, shit. Whatever. Like
Chocobo Sage.
Shit. Oh,
that's what I thought you was talking about too.
Nigga, like
Chocobo Sage.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just like random spots that I just want to see recreated. I want to see like they were showing song with you know what I'm saying, with Aerith, you know what I'm saying, when they first, you know what I'm saying, was having a static or whatever with her mom and everything. Like I do want to see like I want more context provided and more of those moments, which they said that they're gonna have, like with Heidegger, Scarlet, you know what I'm saying, Palmer, like all the motherfuckers, man. Like I'm looking forward to them like really building upon those characters, which I feel like they were great characters when we were young. But once I got older, I was like, it was certain shit. I'd be like, yo, what was happening during this time? Or like, why is it like this between these characters and shit like that? Like, there was certain shit where I was like, I would like to see context for this, and I feel like this game is like the perfect game to do that shit. Like they provide like a lot of content. They say Walmart and even beyond that, they saying like the assets for every area are like custom. Like you won't be like running into like the same people like or the same like back in 7, like you see like the same type of NPCs like everywhere.
Right.
They saying like by the area, like they change up. Like it's just gonna be so much more immersive. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Red 13, seen Red 13 talking shit. I'm dog. I can't wait to see how they pull that character off because I think they're gonna do that shit perfect.
I think they're gonna do that shit well, bro. Like just off of his voice acting alone, I think it's gonna be good. And that's definitely one of the locations that I'm ready to see.
Yeah,
Cosmo Canyon is going to be gorgeous. You talking about PS5? Cosmo Canyon is going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my nigga Boogan had to go load up the little
city of the
virtual
ancients,
shit.
like the city of the ancients looks like fucking amazing, bro. Like city of the ancients, the temple of the ancients.
Y'all niggas about to make me go buy a PlayStation, bro. Stop.
All right, bro. If there was a game to buy this shit for, it's definitely Final Fantasy VII.
Go loot one from a place that's closed.
Yeah, go to one of them GameStops in Boston. They all closed.
Well, y'all pretty much just fucked me up because I can't do it no more.
Go do some looting. You can't go to sleep yet. We about to eat.
Yeah, man. Y'all got any closing thoughts on Final Fantasy? Just
catch me on GOK with it, man.
We're gonna have some streaming going on.
I'll be streaming, doing an unboxing of the collector's edition. I'll be doing an unboxing of that. I'll be streaming. Probably won't have any like facial commentary since the kids are just crazy.
No face cam.
But yeah, I'll be showing y'all the story.
That is all good.
We got a lot of new content coming down the pipeline, fam. So
let's get it.
Yeah, bro. I think I want to end it at that. Like I said,
can I ask y'all about another fleeting topic? I know.
Oh yeah, let's go.
And this might not be, this is kind of gaming. What do y'all think about as far as like how they doing the 2K tournament? Did y'all like hear about that?
Yeah, I didn't tap in though.
I seen I think Kevin Durant had whooped like Derrick Jones Jr. ass.
I just watched this clip of this nigga Pat Bev. He was like talking hella shit to this nigga Hassan Whiteside. And that nigga wasn't even saying shit at the beginning. Like at first, he was just on some silent shit. But then he went up 10. He was like, "Oh yeah, we up 10. Now I can talk. Now I can go crazy." Like this nigga started shabbing. But they,
that seemed like an entertaining matchup if Pat Bev would just be talking shit the entire time.
But I get that was kind of my thing. Is like, is that even something that niggas that y'all would be interested in? Since I know y'all.
I don't care about that shit. I ain't gonna like unless it's an entertaining like ad. I'll watch KD because I just feel like that nigga's funny. And like when I seen him playing that last game, I think boy had said something. He was like, only reason he doing that is because he got them shoes on there. KD was like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I was like, all right, yeah, I like your style. Like, you shut people down. You don't. He not about like excuses and shit like that. So I like seeing that shit. I like seeing like when niggas be like getting their ass whooped and they be trying to come up with excuses.
Y'all see it? They trying to set up a game of horse.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Like real life horse, like
they doing
like horse
isolated shit.
I'm straight on watching niggas do horse. Listen,
hey, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't care. But I'm gonna watch it.
That's what I'm saying.
I need a fix.
I'm
I need a fix.
Interested in
I'm good with the battles. I'm
substitute
good with the music battles and shit. Like, but I'm not watching niggas play horse. Like, I feel like it's such an unknown entity of like what they're gonna do, and eventually it's just gonna turn into like, hey, I can make this half court shot, or I can bounce this ball behind this. Like, it's just a bunch of trick shots.
What if niggas turn that shit into a dunk contest though?
That would be different. If niggas was like, yo, we gonna do a digital dunk contest, I'm watching that shit. But I'm not watching niggas play horse. Like, I'm not watching. I'm gonna go. Watch.
What if a nigga do a front flip into a fucking what if this nigga do a shot off a skateboard or some shit? Like,
right. Hey, that shit might turn into a dunk contest or something, nigga. You never know. This shit might get spooky.
Dunk contest, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm down for the digital dunk contest. If ends want to do like all types of craziness, like that,
I think you might be asleep. Think you might be asleep, sir.
I might be. What up, Mir? What up, Mir? You want to be in the dunk contest?
You gonna dunk on somebody?
You gonna dunk on your father? Hey, y'all see that clip of the clip?
Go dunk on me, bro. Go dunk on me, bro.
Yeah, he gonna dunk on you. Hey, that's the day you gotta hang it up. Once your son dunk on you, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can.
If my son dunk on me ever, nigga, I'm just gonna stop hooping. I'm gonna uninstall 2K off my shit.
DJ dunk on me, I ain't ever picking up a basketball ever again.
Bro, if these kids are like AAU prodigies, they're definitely gonna dunk on us.
Oh yeah, fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's a wrap. We're not tall in the first place. Like,
it's a wrap.
I don't know how big DJ gonna be. I gotta know he's bigger than me.
What if this nigga ended up being like 6'7"? Hold up. I can't even imagine 6'7" chocolate dames.
Like, yeah, our side we ain't that tall, but you know, Kia's side, she got some tall people on her side.
You better hope.
You never know. You never know, guys. You might have a 3 of your starting 5 for one of the GOAT teams in AAU history. You never know. But
yeah, I just need to ask y'all about the little 2K tournament, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mildly interested. Like, I've been tagged in a couple of games and shit. So,
hey man, make sure y'all watch The Scheme on HBO, man. Christian Dawkins. The Scheme on HBO. It's Christian Dawkins from Saginaw that got caught up in the recruiting, the NCAA recruiting scandal. It's good so far. I watch half of it. It's good so far, man.
Okay.
I ain't even hip.
Good little doc.
Where is it at?
It's on HBO, but if you ain't got it, I'll get it to you.
Oh yeah, talk.
Bootleg man gonna put you together.
I'll get it to you.
Hey man, just want to also remark WrestleMania tonight and was last night really weird, but hey, yeah.
Wasn't it like where they was? It wasn't no fans, right?
No, it's no fans. Definitely no fans. But it was 3 really good fucking matches last night. The other ones they could have kept them shits, but it was 3 were really fire. And like I said, I think I said this on air. Like, the Undertaker and AJ Styles had a really weird like fight that was like a movie. It was like filmed like a movie. It was weird, but I like that shit. I like that.
Yeah, I heard that was great.
Yeah, I think John Cena and Bray Wyatt got a Firefly Funhouse match tonight. I think that shit is gonna be fire. Bray Wyatt has done this before, where they've shot like a movie like you know what I'm saying, match with him. I think he's done like 2 matches like that. So this one I think is gonna be even better than last night's one with the Undertaker. But shout out to the Undertaker because a lot of people been shitting on him.
Wait, he's back?
No, that was the match last night. It was Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
Man, this nigga wasn't supposed to come back, bro. This nigga about to piss me off. Nah.
Keep coming.
Don't disrespect the Undertaker, bro. Like,
that last time,
good ass job.
Last match, man. When he lose to like, ain't somebody in the street.
That was Brock Lesnar.
Bro, he should have just been done after that.
No, you one of the niggas that we talking about. Stop disrespecting the fucking Undertaker.
I'm not disrespecting him.
He had a great match last night. It was very, very intriguing.
You know, I fuck with Undertaker.
Don't sound like it. Cena versus
hop up off the mat.
Cena versus Bray Wyatt should be dope. Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre. I'm interested in seeing how that go. A couple other matches I can't remember off top, but yeah, it's been weird watching them wrestle like without fans. But there's certain matches are good enough where it doesn't fucking matter. Like
somebody had tweeted out like this shit is like watching Raw with Pornhub in the background. Shit, niggas is crazy, bro.
Okay.
And the fact that you laughed, that tell me that shit is not a super accurate but partially accurate description.
It's for sure, yeah, it's like that. But yeah, man. I feel like yeah, they did some interesting things. Like there was times where I was like, man, they shouldn't have done this. They should have just postponed it. But then I'll be like, nah, but this is a good match. This was pretty good. This was pretty good entertainment. So I don't know. People been shitting on like WWE, like they already pre-recorded like all of this shit. So it's not like they doing it like live. They recorded like the matches, I believe, this past week. The week before. And yo, man, they provide entertainment. I'm not gonna shit on them for doing that. But like I said, I will say I enjoyed half of the card from last night, and I'm gonna watch again tonight. So you know, they got me coming back. Check them out. I just wanted to talk about that shit because it is like kind of like the only sporting, I guess, sporting event like there is right now. So, yeah, shout out to everybody, you know, all the wrestlers, because that got to be weird. That just has to be weird just doing that shit. Like, yeah, wrestling alone, but it's provided really weird, like cool moments, like them talking shit to each other in the ring is like fascinatingly like weird to me.
Makes it more realistic.
Yeah. Even though I don't know, it's just weird. Like, if you're a wrestling fan,
like, no, you hear this nigga now,
because they like really talk shit to each other now, and you can like really hear them. So I don't know, I've enjoyed it for the most part. You know me, I like people talking shit. But yeah, man. I guess we can sign out, bro. I appreciate you taking your time, fucking with your boy. Shout out to Fly, shout out to Slap. They're all gone. Yeah, man. This was the quarantine episode, man. I had a good time.
Right. Hey. Be on this bitch.
Yeah, we'll try to do this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Next week with some Final Fantasy VII impressions, hopefully. Yeah, bro.
Doing my own review now. Take your swag. I just got the Resident Evil. I'm gonna put out a year late review.
Fuck it, man. Hey, whatever. Do what we feel like doing.
Actually,
you could do a review. I'm not putting any time limits on any type of reviews that anybody does because, like I said, they're always pertinent information, especially for a game like that goes on sale where maybe a day one person isn't going to buy it. They don't buy it like when it's like marked down. So maybe they want to look up because I've done this multiple times. Like when I thought about
it's a couple of niggas, they be dropping reviews like 3 months later and it be all good with their fan base. So I ain't even tripping.
Yeah, so you know, we definitely working on some news.
If they talking crazy to you about that Kakarot review, tell them niggas they cappers. Oh, actually, I'ma tell you, capper. Oh,
well, that is the Games on Crack podcast. I think we can end on that note. Fan, tell them where they can holler at ya.
Infinivision, pretty much on everything. It might have an 8 at the end, but yeah, Infinivision.
Hey man, shout out to Caleb City, bro. I just wanted to shout out Caleb City, bro. Like this nigga has the funniest game. Caleb City is a YouTuber. Yeah, funny is like video game.
Like nigga, where are you shouting out?
YouTube, man. He be having some
take a vacation soon.
Going to Caleb City. Yeah, but shout out to the homie. Yeah, man, you can get at me at Krack Diesel. Really at Games on Crack. I'm not really on at Krack Diesel accounts that much these days. At Games on Crack, check me out on Twitter. Check out the Games on Crack Facebook group. Check out the Games on Crack YouTube channel. And also check out our Anchor page, anchor.fm/Games on Crack. We are on all digital streaming platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Republic. Whatever you want to find us on, you can find us on it. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Games on Crack, episode 22 for the homeboy, OG Finn. This is Krack Diesel, and we are signing out. Baby!
Crazy, man.